What's going on, everybody? This is Phil Jones coming to you guys live in effect, as always, with the Extraordinary Man podcast. That's Phil Jones, Mike Jones, have you guys know me personally or professionally. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today, I just kind of got a little bit of a spurt to have a conversation about something I thought that was really essential to speak on. One thing that has really been on my mind a lot is about how to increase my productivity. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've been studying a lot of people who I saw to be extremely high producers, athletes, musicians, you know, academics, whatever have you. And you notice that there's an extremely common trait amongst some of the greatest to ever do things. Now, everybody's not going to know what their purpose is in life. And to be frank with you, until you actually get yourself out there to start doing things and start trying things, you won't really know where your purpose lies. And a lot of times people feel like what they're good at or what they're great at may not necessarily be what they want to do. Like some people may be gifted when it comes to dealing with mechanics or engineering or some things like that. But because they're gifted at it, they don't necessarily associate their purpose with it because it's not what they want to do. In some respects, that can be kind of crapping on your blessings, and in other respects, it could be you just want to see what else is out there. Who am I to judge one's perspective? What I can say is that I do believe that there's a marriage between natural God given talent and hard work. There's a lot of people who are naturally great at things, but because they're naturally great at things, they don't necessarily put forth the effort to practice to get themselves better or to reach their peak when it comes to performance. Then there are some people who they are not the most naturally gifted in that department, but their work ethic puts them into a place to where they study the thing that they're in and they study whoever their competition is in that thing and they go extremely hard for to win that objective. I feel like when you look at that and you really start to understand the mindset of those people who are really high achievers, it makes you start to wonder, how do I become more of a high achiever? And here's a couple of things that I started to implement into my own life that I'm starting to realize really works. Number one, it's about being very calculated. Every minute of your day has to have some form of rhyme and reason to it. Has to have some sort of purpose involved in it. You just can't get up and just live an irrelevant life and just scrambling and doing a little bit of something. Whether it's a hour that's dedicated to independent reading or 2 hours that's dedicated to research, an hour that's dedicated to this, time that you're dedicating to, like, okay, well, I'm going to go to school to maximize on this thing that I'm doing, or I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to try to find out how many different ways I can earn money off of this, or how many different ways that I can learn how to branch off of this. Like, for those who know, I'll be graduating with my degree in business management this semester, well, pretty much in the next couple of months. I'm not looking at business management as far as, okay, I got the degree, let's go get a job. I actually make pretty good money with what I'm currently doing in distribution management. What I am looking at in terms of how to utilize this degree is, let me find out how many different sectors I can take this thing into. Can I go into the education route? Can I go into the mentoring route? Can I go into here? Can I marry what I already do with what I've learned and turn that into something bigger and bigger and bigger? Can I put workshops together to start teaching certain things and so forth? And you guys will get to know more of that as you guys tune into the podcast as things start to develop. But one thing that I noticed is that high productivity is just making sure that each moment of your day is accounted for. You just cannot go and wing it. And I think that's where a lot of us have problems. Another thing that I notice with a lot of people is that some of those who are really naturally gifted and who have multiple gifts, they have a tendency to want to put the cart before the horse all the time. And what I mean by that is they want to touch a little bit of this and touch a little bit of that and deal with a little bit of this and deal with a little of this, want to have their hands in too many cookie jars at the same time. It's like, I want a sugar cookie, but I want a chocolate chip, but I really want the macadamia nut. And what I notice is they never get anything specific done. And an easy remedy to that is focus on one thing and get yourself solidified to where that thing that you planted the seed in is starting to grow, is starting to bear fruit, and then take the fruits of that thing and then spill it over into the next. So if you're somebody that's an excellent musician, somebody who can draw very well, like you're just an all-around artist, okay, well, focus on developing in one area and then take that thing that you do, and once you reach a position to where you are able to live and earn money and whatever have you, and you can take care of yourself in that department, then you take that thing and you spill it over into one of your other dreams, one of your other goals. You can't just go through life just like, okay, well, I want to do a little bit of this and I want to do a little bit of that, and oh, I'm on the side, I'm on the fence all the time. Well, biblically speaking, if I'm not mistaken, it says that a double-sided man is unstable in all his ways. You cannot serve two masters. You have to follow. And my brother spoke on this acronym of the word focus, is that you follow one course until success. A lot of times we want to try to throw darts at the board and see what lands. Just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. That is not a winning method. It's not a winning method. Some people may have gotten fortunate in that department, but by most cases, it is the exception and not the rule. So, just for recapping, because I don't want to hold you guys too long, I live out here in Florida and I am melting away in this car to make sure I can give you guys quality audio. So, bear with me, guys. Number one, you want to make sure that your time is accounted for. Don't waste time. Time is the one resource that you can never get back. It is literally the most important resource. You can get back money, you can get back almost anything else under the sun. You can never get back time. Once that time is gone and expired, and the unfortunate thing about time is that it's finite. We don't know how much of it we have here. So whatever seeds that you're trying to plant today, now, right now, not my plan to get started next week. If there's something I can do today to lay the groundwork to make next week easier, do it now. Don't, I mean literally now, meaning pause this video and go do it. And then, of course, come back to it, subscribe, and like the channel. But that's neither here nor there. Number two is put yourself in a position to where you can follow a single course. Don't allow yourself to get so close to something and then all of a sudden you get stimulated by something else. There are points to where you're going to get bored, or you're going to get fatigued, or you're going to get tired, and you're going to find out who you are in the journey by pushing through, especially when you don't want to do it. That's the most important part. Not when I'm energetic, when I'm right there, but when it's time for me to find motivation where there is none. That is the defining moment on getting ready. Is by putting yourself in a position where you can lock in, tune out all the excess noise, and get straight to that thing and finish it before you start jumping into other endeavors. Anyway, guys, that's my time. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, and tune in for our next installment of the Extraordinary Man Podcast. Peace.